right, so that's that. We got 3 matches left to talk about. I'm sure we're at about the 3-hour mark on our video so far, but that's okay.
Editing is a wonderful thing.
It's true. WWE Championship match. Chris Jericho going up against the WWE Champion, CM Punk.
Best in the world versus the best in everything.
Exactly. The best in the world versus the best in the world at what he does.
Of what he does, yes.
I guess.
So he says.
So he says. And this is for, it seems like, both... It's for 3 things. It's for the WWE Championship, it's for the moniker of Best in the World, and it's also for CM Punk's sobriety, apparently, because I guess if Jericho beats him, he's gonna he's gonna make Punk drink or something.
Oh man, he's going to break down, crack open the bottle.
Yeah, that's apparently what's gonna happen. So I love the build to this match, and I've said it to you, and I've said it to other people. Mm-hmm. The way that shit has gotten mad personal in this feud, like talking about Jericho talking about Punk's father and his mother and his sister and doing just you thought I was going to drop the dog line video, and just saying anything he can to be like, your family's a bunch of users, and once I beat you for the title, you're going to use too because you're weak, and all that. And it's been awesome. It's been so well done, and it's 2 of the best guys on the mic in the whole company going at each other. And it was reminiscent of like the best promos between Rock and Stone Cold.
Oh, most definitely.
And like their promos against each other were just the best. How do you see the match going down?
Me?
No, the belt.
The belt.
Yes, you.
That means this belt could talk.
It's true.
Although
you told me I'm a sick man.
Yeah. Professionalism. Okay. How I see this match going is, like you said, Jericho has been building up a lot of hype with CM Punk. So, my thing is that I think CM Punk is going to win this.
Okay.
Just because of all the shit that he has in his head now from Jericho. And of course, we've seen before. It wasn't this Monday, but last Monday, when Punk got so pissed off that we put the Anaconda Vice not once but twice on. That
was a nice rhyme.
Oh yeah,
that's good stuff. The Anaconda Vice not once but twice.
Yeah, that's how I roll.
Exactly.
Yeah.
America.
Who was? Yeah. Yeah.
I can't remember who it was. Who did he put in?
Was it Truth?
No.
It was Christian.
Yes.
He was out now.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. It was Christian. And he was like screaming at him. He's like, "You're Jericho. Yeah. You're Jericho.
You Jericho."
And
that was good.
So you think he's going to use that as motivation rather than Okay. I got Punk winning the match too. I think Punk is another guy that I put in like the top 5 best technical wrestlers in wrestling right now. I got Punk holding on to the belt too. I really want him to for a couple of reasons. One, my Facebook display picture.
Yeah.
I can only keep that when Punk has the title because he's got the belt on it, right? So I don't want to change my display picture, so Punk has to keep the belt for the rest of the time.
Nice.
No one else can ever be WWE champion. No, I got Punk taking it, and but I will go on record and say that I think this is probably going to be the best match of the night.
Yeah.
I know you've got the last two matches that we've yet to talk about, and they're going to be huge and epic. But I think in terms of an actual wrestling match, I think this is probably going to be the best match of the night.
And the other reason I think Punk's going to hang on to the belt, he's still going to be here. Chris Jericho, he comes in 4 years later.
Yeah.
Or sooner. He's gone, does his own shit.
He could be.
He's in, he's out, he's in.
Punk's somebody I think that's going to be there as long. I can't see Punk ever getting burnt out on wrestling, so Punk will be there probably for as long as what?
Guess why?
Oh yeah, I see it. So I figure he'll be there for as long as So I can see that. Okay. So we both got Punk holding on to the WWE title.
Yes.
Moving on, we're not even at the last match yet.
No.
Triple H and Undertaker, Hell in a Cell, with Shawn Michaels, of course, as special guest referee. Again, I'll mention I have 2 Undertaker Streak videos that I just put up yesterday where I talk in depth, well, not in depth, but I talk about each of the matches during the Undertaker's WrestleMania streak, and I give my prediction in that video, but I'll give it in this one as well. How do you think the match is going to go down? We'll just start the whole thing over again.
Oh, we're doing this again.
Oh yeah, pretty much. How do you think the match is going to go down?
Okay. Well, it's kind of hard to tell.
It is. It really is.
I mean, you got Undertaker. He's been with the company since ever.
Yeah.
Ever in a day.
Yep.
You know.
Survivor Series 1990 was when he made his debut.
Yeah. And then we got Triple H, which is just exact same with the exact same, almost.
Yeah.
With Triple H.
I think he debuted in 94 or 95.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, 2 old wrestlers, well, 2 good wrestlers back in their day.
Yep.
I mean, still are. They're part of an era, of course.
They're calling this the end of an era match.
End of an era match. And then you have Shawn Michaels in the middle of it. The whole I couldn't get it done, but I still hold the key to end the streak.
Right.
So this is a really hard match to call. Because you have Triple H, which really wants to end the streak.
Yep.
You have
13-time World Heavyweight Champion.
Yep. You have Shawn Michaels, which really wants to end the streak.
Probably one of the top 3 greatest of all time, at least from a performance standpoint.
Yeah. And then you got The Undertaker, which has to win.
Also, probably top 10 all time. You know, you got a guy who never loses at WrestleMania. You have a guy that has built his career on great WrestleMania moments in Triple H, and you have probably the greatest WrestleMania performer of all time, Shawn Michaels, refereeing the whole thing.
Yeah. But here's my question too: how many more WrestleManias does The Undertaker have? Really?
Yeah. Well, that's true. I mean, he's at the point now where, I mean, he only shows up for WrestleMania, and that's it.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can't imagine that he's got too many left.
So, I mean, everything, like I said, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, there's too much in this match for me to actually make a prediction.
Yeah.
Really.
Fair enough. No, it's absolutely true. And like I said, I gave a prediction in my Undertaker videos before, but I will give it again. Again, I hold a fundamental belief that The Undertaker should retire undefeated. So I'm gonna predict that The Undertaker's gonna win it, because I feel like there's a way that they could do it where Triple H wins the match with Shawn interfering because, of course, Shawn has had a very checkered past when it comes to being a special guest referee.
Yes.
And WWE has acknowledges this. They acknowledge it in their program. There was a whole special on WWE.com talked about, this is Shawn's history as special guest referee. Interference, fast counts, interference, and that could happen, but I feel like it tarnishes Undertaker's legacy so bad if they break the streak that way.
Absolutely.
Or if the streak is broken that way, I should say. That I just can't say that I think that's what's going to happen. So I think Taker's going to win, and I think Taker's going to win clean. Because then that could continue a whole feud with Triple H and Shawn.
It could.
I hope Shawn doesn't come back. I hope he doesn't at this point. I hope he doesn't come back to actually compete.
Yeah.
I might want to see that maybe a couple years down the road, but not now. Because it's only been a couple years since he retired, so
right.
I'd like to maybe wait a little bit longer on that.
Okay.
Sorry. But it could lead to sort of a feud between a verbal feud more than anything, a feud between the two of them.
Right.
And so that's entirely possible.
Entirely possible.
And I think that's the way that it's going to go. So I'm predicting the Undertaker's going to win the match. Fingers crossed that it works out. I said in the videos before, Undertaker's streak is, I believe, one of the greatest things, that has ever happened in professional wrestling. There we go. Good boy. I think Undertaker's streak, again, is one of the greatest things that's ever happened in pro wrestling. It's certainly the greatest streak in pro wrestling. All the Goldberg fans can suck it. Goldberg's streak was entirely fabricated, the number. So,
Goldberg.
Professionalism. So I've got Undertaker.
Was Goldberg suplex?
Jackhammer.
Jackhammer? Okay.
Yeah, it was the suplex, which he then turned into like a body slam.
Sorry. That's just completely off topic.
No worries.
I just remembered suplex.
That's an inside joke from high school. Very nice. I like that. That's going to be in my head all day now.
Yeah.
All right. And the main event, the match that we are both, I think, very confident is going to go on last.
Yes.
I think.
Because it was the most hyped.
Oh, my God.
I mean,
and yet, WWE can't overhype this match because the match is so huge that it doesn't matter how much they talk about it, it still doesn't feel like it's being overhyped.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Like the match is monumental. This is Rock and Hogan from WrestleMania XXVIII, I believe it was. The exact same thing. It's Rock and Hogan 10 years later, except now Rock's in the other position. He's not the young dude that's carrying the company.
Right.
He's the veteran. He's the guy from a certain era that wants to prove that he's still got it and he can still go.
Yeah.
The Rock versus John Cena. Of course, Rock's hometown, Miami, Florida. I actually think you're going to be really surprised with the way the crowd is going to react.
Really?
They're going to love The Rock. They're going to blow up for The Rock. That's no question.
Sure.
But I think most people are expecting like Cena's going to come out and the whole place is going to boo him. I don't think that's going to happen. Throughout the whole build to this match, Cena has punked The Rock on the mic. Rock's been good. Cena's been phenomenal. Like Cena's blown him away a couple nights.
Oh, sure.
And I don't know if that's like something that they just wrote, that they were just like, all right, Rock, bring it down to like 50% and let Cena beat you. I think Cena's actually that good on the mic, and when they let him unleash and when they let him go, I think he's that good. So like the verbal back and forth that these guys have had has been great.
Oh, for sure.
And I think Cena's actually won a lot of fans with the way he's been, like where he's like hanging on the mic shot for shot with The Rock. I think he's actually winning a lot of fans. Now, he's still not going to win any fans with the way he wrestles, because he's very unconventional.
Well, yeah.
Why unconventional is one way to look at it. We'll be nice and say unconventional.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think people are going to be surprised with the way the crowd's going to react to Cena.
I mean, he's always had his split crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, the "Let's go Cena sucks."
Yeah.
Shit, but yeah.
It's true. But I think, like, even though it's in Rock's hometown, I think the crowd is still going to appreciate what Cena has done in the last couple of months.
True.
This was, of course, the first match that was signed for WrestleMania. It was signed for WrestleMania the day after last year's WrestleMania, where basically they were like, all right, you know what?
A full year.
Exactly. They made us wait a whole year for it. Totally unprecedented in WWE to say, like, this is what the day after WrestleMania, say, this is what we're going to do next WrestleMania, and you guys are just going to have to wait for it. And people did, and they've lapped the whole thing up, and it's great. How do you think it's going to go down?
Me personally, just like cheat. Yeah,
pretty much. we had cheat sheets to at least remind us of what the matches were.
If you're wondering why we're looking down here, that's why.
We're not just revering the belt.
No.
So
single match.
Yeah, just a regular match, regular referee.
Me, I don't know why, but I'm going to say The Rock.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Just because, you know what? And I hate to say it like this, Cena is a good wrestler. But I liked The Rock back in this day, and I kind of given him shit. For leaving, doing his movies and stuff like that, being the Tooth Fairy.
You're certainly not alone. That movie sucked, man. What a paycheck movie that was. Anyways, go ahead.
But let's see him come back, and if he won WrestleMania, maybe, he would come back more and do his thing.
Hopefully.
That wouldn't really... It would also, thinking, maybe open up more for John Cena.
You think him losing would open up more for him?
Yeah.
Okay. Because
John Cena now, he's just been, cruising with the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, how long has he been Mr. Loyalty, Respect?
That's true.
Hustle. Yeah.
Hustle. Yeah, that's true. He has been doing the same shit for a long time.
So it might be their way of opening something new for him.
Could very well be. I know there's a lot of people, could be a lot of people watching this video, and a lot of people who are wrestling fans who have become very disenfranchised with Cena's character. But I even feel weird saying Cena's character, because I don't think it's a character. I think it's who he actually is. But still, it's like, you're in entertainment, so people aren't going to really think of things in those terms. They're going to think of, am I being entertained by this guy? No. And a lot of people aren't.
Right.
I think there's a lot of people really committed to this idea of a Cena heel turn.
And I've read that a lot.
I've read that a lot, and I think it would be a good thing for his career. I'm glad it didn't happen prior to this match.
Right.
Because that sort of blows the whole match out of the water, right? Like it's sitting there, and it's like it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So that's and I'm actually going to disagree with you. I actually think Cena's going to win the match.
Really?
Yeah. And it's not just because of that Vince McMahon gif that I posted on my Facebook. Did you see that?
No.
It's a picture of him. This is another aside. Don't you watch my videos? You're used to them. It's this picture of Vince McMahon, and he's sitting there with a goofy, like almost troll face grin, and along the top, all it says is "Cena wins, LOL." It's just like, because it's like, you know, how much money has he made WWE by being the top guy? Like, he's made millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. So it's just like Vince McMahon troll face. It's great. But not just for that. I think he really needs to win the match in the same way that Rock needed to win the match against Hogan at WrestleMania XXVIII 10 years ago. Because, like, Hogan, well, I even feel weird saying this about Hogan, because Hogan's like the ageless wonder in terms of pro wrestling. Like, Hogan is sort of on his way out, or was on his way out at that time, and it's like, you know, Rock needed to win that to establish, like, okay, it's this generation's time now.
Okay.
And in much the same way, it's like, this is like the new generation of WWE versus the Attitude Era.
Right.
Like, Rock symbolized.
I so wish they would bring back.
Oh, me too. Oh, me too. Even if they don't bring back the Attitude Era, even if they just stop making the product TVPG, and they're moving away from TVPG.
They are,
but they're still technically TVPG.
Yeah.
You know. So if they would even move the product back to like a PG-13 sort of thing, you can, you know, you can do so much more and really not alienate your audience too much.
Yeah.
So I wish they would do that, but there's obviously still far too much money in TVPG for them to do that.
Guess so.
However, I digress, as I often do. All right, so quantum physics. Yeah, I really think Cena needs to win this to say, okay, you know what? That era is done. This is our era.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that makes sense.
So I think John Cena is going to win the match. Honestly, I think it's going to be probably the best match you've ever seen out of John Cena. I think The Rock is going to push him, and he's going to push himself, and he's going to push himself to an in-ring level that we've never seen before from him. And we've actually seen him in the last 6 months or so have some pretty kick-ass matches with CM Punk.
Yeah, that is true.
Especially like his match with CM Punk at Money in the Bank, where Punk won the title. I still might consider that match of the year. And I never thought I'd say that about a match that John Cena was involved in. You know what I mean? I never thought I'd say it. But that was a phenomenal match, and it's my sincerest hope that this match goes above that level. So I think Cena's going to win the match. I think they're probably going to shake hands at the end of it.
You think?
I think so. But I think he'll get a rock bottom right after.
Well,
right after they shake hands. Because like, if you remember, going back again, I hate to keep going back to it, but going back to the Rock Hogan match at X8, at the end of that match, even though Hogan's at this time is at the head of the NWO in the WWE, so like he's still got Nash and Hall or whatever. Him and the Rock shake hands, and they're sort of buddy after. And I think that's going to happen. I think Cena and Rock are going to shake hands, bury the hatchet, but I think he's still going to get a rock bottom for his trouble, because that's just the way the Rock is. And I don't think, like, on Raw Monday, I don't think Cena's going to be pissed about it. He'll just be like, yeah, all right, you know, you were on one last rock bottom, you got me, but I beat you at WrestleMania. And I think that'll just sort of be the end of it. From there, I don't know what you do with Cena, because then I think you can't do like an immediate heel turn, because it wouldn't make sense.
No.
If they're even going to do a heel turn, we don't know.
We don't know.
But anyways, So you got Rock, and I've got Cena.
Well, I'm kind of torn now.
Yeah, fair enough.
What you're saying actually, light bulb.
You see?
Yeah.
I talk people into shit. If only it worked on women. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. So you might then have some thinking to do about the main event. Who knows? But all right.
Thinking tonight.
Yeah, do a little thinking tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, WrestleMania goes down tomorrow night, I believe, beginning at 7 o'clock Eastern.
Pre-show 7?
No, the pre-show would start at 6 Eastern.
Okay, so 6 Eastern.
So 6 Eastern. That's 7 our time.
Yes.
But 6 Eastern, I believe, is when the pre-show starts. WrestleMania itself, I believe, starts at 7 Eastern. 4 hours.
4 glorious hours.
Glorious pizza and wrestling-filled hours.
Except for women's.
Yeah, except for the fucking women's match and black on black crime.
There it goes.
And there goes the rest of the subscribers. All right.
Yeah.
Nah, you know what? I've talked that stuff before. Anyways, thank you guys so much for sitting through the marathon that is our wrestling preview videos.
They've always been fun.
They've always been fun. I cannot wait for WrestleMania. This is the wrestling fan Super Bowl, and I just can't express to you how much I love WrestleMania. So that is Nick, the name no one will use on YouTube, and RN Stevenson on Twitter.
You got it.
I'm Justin, Bridgewater's Finest on YouTube, Blockbuster_guy on Twitter. This is my World Championship belt, which I may very well set up a Twitter account for because it's hilarious. So if I do, I'll post that on future videos. Thank you guys so much. Again, watch the Undertaker Streak videos because I think that was actually quite a bit of fun to do as well, to do the research and watch the matches and all that good stuff. Enjoy WrestleMania.
Later.
Peace.